All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So, waiting on the data download here, to give us the final confirmation on, when like the release is going to be and stuff like that. I expect that the character, God Goku and Beerus, the dual Dokkan Fest, will be out, at least for me, when the calendar hits the 8th, and it'll be 1 a.m. Eastern. That's at least when I'm expecting the banner to be, but I feel like this could be one of those. We've had dual Dokkan Fests in the past that have been at kind of like odd times before. I feel like this could end up being one of those, so I definitely am on the lookout for that. So this is probably essentially going to be the stand-in for the Golden Week celebration, this Goku, Gohan, and Goten Day celebration that we've got going on here. Probably. So what we're looking at, they're not dropping a lot of content with the actual banners themselves, right? It's just gonna kind of be the banners and then the Seriously Serious stage, right? Which allows you to get tickets for the banner. There is an RE Red Zone going until the 12th, and then, I mean, after that, we'll see. So remember, the content goes weekly. I still, every single like drop that happens, I still see people being like, oh, maybe in like a day or two we'll see something else. It's like, no, it's not how it works. It's like if you look at a calendar like this, it's literally like a weekly thing, right? Weekly updates, right? So, Beerus and Whis, I don't want to say it's a 0% chance. I guess they could just be in the data download. We have seen that happen before, but I don't think they will be. I think they'll probably be characters that we'll be getting next week, right? Sometimes people, like, it's been the structure of a celebration since the beginning of time that, like, they don't just put every single thing as soon as the banner drops. And when they have done stuff like that, people have also complained about that, by the way, which is a major problem people had during the 11th anniversary, is they drop a bunch of stuff, but they drop it all in the same day, and then it'd be days and days and days of nothing, right? So, these EZAs, I think, would drop next week with some teams, some celebrations, right? When they do that, where it's like, okay, like we could use God Vegeta as the example. God Vegeta came out, right, on his week, which he came out the week of the 23rd, and then the EZAs came out the following week, right? The week of May 1st, right there, right? Is how it worked. But like God Vegeta, to really feel complete, he did need those EZAs. Well, Realm of Gods not like that. Realm of Gods is already a very top tier team. I'm just going to tell y'all flat out, people have no idea how good Shen is. Shen is legitimately, I think, like a top 10 overall unit in the game. The best World Tournament free-to-play character of all time. One of the probably best free-to-play characters just of all time, this Shen, who's like very, very fucking recent. And he is that good. So, I mean, the Realm of Gods team with him, Int UI, and Physical UI Evolution Blue Vegeta, and then you might as well throw the blues in there. Like, Realm of Gods is in a really good spot. And then we have a bunch of other options we could look at, too. You know, characters like Demigra, Rose, this Blue Vegeta, right? Many other units. I think Champa, if we take a look at what Beerus is capable of doing, Champa is probably going to be very interesting. I saw some talk on the timeline of people even wondering if we could see the other Gods of Destructions release, maybe as like a free-to-play units or something like that. Low-key, that sounds pretty fire, because if you look at it, that is something I would believe, too, where they could drop the Gods of Destruction, probably make them heavily restricted towards, like, Realm of Gods characters or other Gods of Destructions, but, like, they could assemble, like, a Realm of Gods team led by this Beerus, and then you could fill it out with, like, free-to-play Gods of Destructions. I could see that being a thing, and that does sound like that would actually be quite fun, because they set this Beerus up. He is really going to make, like, other Gods of Destructions, right, the ones who are Realm of God Planetary Destruction, really crazy, right, like Champa and stuff. And then don't forget this extra 10% dodge for Whis characters as well. By the way, I don't think there's going to be a Part 2 LR of this celebration. I think the Part 2 LR essentially was the God Vegeta. I think what probably happened is with the Xenoverse 2 collab, they just kind of like moved what would have been a Part 2 LR up, made it the Xenoverse 2 collab, right, which was the God Vegeta, and then pushed the Golden Week Dual Dokkan Fest back, like, you know, by 2 weeks or a week or whatever it was, right? Because if we just go drop the dual Dokkan Fest and then our next banner is like the 28th or 29th for the next Dokkan Fest, we would kind of be like back on track with just like a typical schedule. And my guess would be in 2027, we would just have our typical Golden Week release, right? Like somewhere around April 27th, April 28th, in that range. That would be how I'm kind of like seeing this. So I'm expecting there not to be a Part 2 LR banner. Never know for sure though, right? Dokkan, and Geppy has got some real tricks up his sleeve, if you guys know what I'm saying. And you do. All right, so we have a confirmed Super EZA right here, Beerus and Whis. This character only EZA'd 3 years ago, right? I remember very clearly it was when Resident Evil 4 Remake came out. God damn, dude. A 3-year-old EZA, this is what their passive looks like. Bruh. It is funny. Iron Cane would be fitting in so much better in like this era where that's a character's kit compared to, oh, I don't know, let's pull up LR God Vegeta. That's his kit, where it's just like way more lines, you know, then the transformation, and then you transform, and he's got lines and lines and lines and lines, right? Quite a bit more compared to Beerus and Whis, where it's, you know, pretty simple. Just if their HP's below a threshold, they get an additional, and after they get hit, they get stats for a lot of turns, right? I think that this character could probably be pretty good, especially in conjunction with the new Beerus. And keep in mind that Realm of Gods, I mean, so like these, so right now we have 4 confirmed characters. We have the dual Dokkan Fest. I want to just highlight the thing where we got the 2 characters. It's going to be like right here. Oh, god damn it. I guess I'll just, it's going to be like right here. Yeah. Okay, so we have these 2, plus the Super EZA Beerus and Whis, and plus the Sub EZA for STR Whis. Those are the 4 confirmed characters at the moment for this celebration. I mean, it's the thing that's good about this, again, with it being just all basically Realm of Gods characters, is it's not an instance where you need a lot of these characters, right? Like, if you're the world's biggest God Goku fan, you could get God Goku and you're not going to need anything else. If you want to, like, well, I mean, like the Saiyan Saga celebration, right? Like, it's like, okay, good. You got Vegeta and Nappa. Well, you need to make sure you've got the EZA Raditz, and you probably need to summon for the LR SCR Piccolo, and I hope you have the EZA LR Piccolo and Goku ready to go, right? Whereas here, Realm of Gods is already so stacked with, like, players probably summon for UI and Evolution Blue Vegeta. Not everyone's got them, but there's a good chance that you summon for them, or a good chance you've got them, right? Probably a decent chance you've got the Blues, because they've been on several very good banners, right? So, like a Realm of God setup is going to be much easier for people to build compared to, you know, some of these other setups that might be there. Now, remember, they're super easying. Their super attack effects are going to remain the same, which are good. A lot of healing in here. So, okay, yeah, like we got healing right there. We got healing right there. Remember, that shit's not going to go away. That could definitely clash with this kid Beerus, by the way, because if we jump on over here, he does have an HP condition for something, right? Is it when there's not a Realm of God enemy? Hold on, let me take a look at this. It's his active. His active. It's his active. The active is what I'm thinking of. And the active is, like, if it's a shorter fight, I mean, the active is, you know, where we win. Like, you drop this, and if we have, like, especially if we have, you know, these, like, Champa characters, other Beerus characters right here, to get this full buff, I mean, the team is just going to explode so much. And he triggers that when HP is 77% or less. There's just so much healing. Yeah, it's like, you know exactly the number fucking 1 ability. I'm going to skip right to this guy that I want to give him. We have won countless dozens of runs off of this ability on several characters that have it. AGL Carnival base form Goku, physical UI Goku, the int Future Trunks on the Future Gohan Future Trunks character, that survive KO attack. If they add that to this guy, it's, I'm telling y'all, like, it would make a world of difference, especially on this team where we might be running Beerus, who's, you know, is going to be able to heal us. Remember, they're going to have potentially the Connoisseur link as well, which is this one right here, 7% HP, 7% defense. This is like Beerus's, Whis's, and Champa's got it too, right? Yeah, Champa also has it. Like, these are the characters we're going to be running. So it's like we're constantly going to be healing, like, you know, this HP and defense every single turn, right? So it's like we're going to constantly be regenning HP. So if we have characters who could just, like, survive these hits, we'll be able to bring it right back, which sounds kind of fun. So this guy, I mean, it's a very simple build. We'd look for him. They just give him as much dodge as they can. They're probably not going to overdo it, though, since the Dokkan Fest Beerus does give dodge to Whis characters. So it's like I could see them maybe giving Whis, like, so he keeps the 70% dodge. Then I could see him getting 10% dodge conditional, right? Like, if Beerus is in the turn. And then Beerus could give him 10% more dodge from his passive, right? This guy. So I could see this Whis being a 90% dodge character, provided we have the new Dokkan Fest Beerus next to him. That's what I'm kind of thinking they would do. And then I'm sure his support is going to be crazy. Again, they have healing everywhere. This guy was really good for a very long time, this Whis. And I wonder if they're going to play into this right here. I mean, it's very difficult to make that, like him just getting defense. Like, I don't know. I feel like he would need to maybe have, like, some damage reduction. And I feel like it'd be easy to do just, like, with Beerus in rotation or something, right? Give him some damage reduction or something. And then maybe we could utilize this a little bit. So those are kind of like the two confirmed characters, Beerus and Whis, and this Whis. I think the chances that this God Goku easy are very high. One of the major reasons why so many people are upset with God Goku and Beerus coming out, I think does have to do a little bit with Daima, right? So Daima was, like, mad late. I mean, some of the Daima characters were fine. Like, Mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta was totally, I think, an acceptable time, like, to come to the game. Same with, like, Mini Super Saiyan Goku and Glorio. But, I mean, it's just, I mean, everyone back at the start of 2025 who said they should save him for anniversary, you fucking had a terrible idea. You had a horrible idea. Me and Nano whooped your ass. We were right. They should not have fucking held on to them bastards for a year. Because then they did, and people said, well, nope, I don't care anymore. And so, a fear with them dropping Battle of Gods right now is like, whoa there. So we're going to do the remake in October, and they're going to say, well, we just dropped God Goku and Beerus. Well, yeah, bitch, but we want the new the new God Goku and Beerus, not the old 12-year-old busted Battle of Gods version. We want the new hotness. Because even the Vegeta's rage moment against Beerus, he's got, like, a new aura or something, doesn't he? When like, in one of those shots. So, like, there's going to be a little bit of differences. So, I mean, that's a problem. I mean, being mad late to the party on, like, this new shit that's going to come out is not going to be very fun. So, it's a concern. I would still straight up, like, if I could pick the schedule, I would still drop Dragon Ball Super Remake, God Goku and Beerus, like, right as the anime's happening. Who cares? I would. I don't care. We're dropping them anyway, right? So we get double God Goku and double Beerus this year. Fuck it, man. If I was picking, that's exactly what I'd be doing. So, okay, this guy. I feel like there's a good chance we could see him EZA here. If they don't EZA him, maybe I go, oh, okay, well, maybe we are going to get the Battle of Gods, you know, like, Dragon Ball Super Beerus, like, version actually happen. So, if this guy doesn't EZA with the celebration, I might get a little bit optimistic that, oh, whew, you know, we are going to see this guy, you know, with that celebration later in the year. I hope. But that's kind of the big thing, right? Is I'm really hoping that this guy, I really hope that they hit the Dragon Ball Super Beerus, like, characters in Dokkan close to the anime. It just feels like such an obvious thing. Like, duh, you do that. But, I mean, I don't know. These games, man, sometimes I know that the... All right, anyway, God Goku, please. Yeah, let's... we could drop him in this celebration. I think he could be very good. His condition right here... I mean, this would definitely well, no, it wouldn't. You could run God Vegeta, because it's 6 superclass allies. So you could run God Vegeta plus the 6 allies, right? Or we could do 6 superclass characters plus Rose, for example. right? You can get away with one of them. Although they could change this with the EZA. Remember, the only things that cannot be changed with the EZA, I still see people like confused about this. I mean, I guess to be fair, Dokkan is a fucking confusing game, so right? Like, I mean, Iron Cane is right in that too. By the way, like the game is actually like super complex and all this stuff. Like he is right on that. But it's active skills and standbys cannot be changed. Those can't be touched. So we know that God Goku's transformation when this guy EZAs, this is going to be exactly the same. This will be exactly the same. The "you will not destroy my world" like active skill attack. Yeah, this character's fucking sick, dude. He was better than 23rd World Tournament Goku, by the way, back then. Yeah, he was, obviously. I mean, anyone that actually played the game a lot, like, we knew. we knew. We sure did. We sure did. Now, for Realm of Gods, it's not actually, like, I was looking through it, and I was like, all right, like, give me some options. Give me some options. As of right now, okay, characters, banner unit characters, until one of them gets a Super EZA, I don't think they're going to Super EZA. So, like, these two right here, they EZA during the 7th anniversary. I don't think they're going to Super EZA. I need to see a non-LR, non-Dokkan Fest Super EZA before I think it's going to happen, right? So, like, if we get to the bottom down here, it means a lot of these characters are probably done. Like, many of these banner unit Realm of Gods characters probably done. Maybe we could see this Blue Vegeta. I didn't pull this Blue Vegeta up. I mean, maybe he could get a Super EZA. Maybe. This guy could be an exciting Super EZA. This is a Realm of Gods celebration. So I'm figuring they're probably just going to stick to Realm of Gods characters. Not necessarily God Goku and Beerus and Whis and stuff. But I could see them just kind of like spread out just a little bit. I did have these two pulled up. I mean, remember, these are banner units that came. These were a global first character, right? Yeah, they were with Blue Kaioken Goku. Look, 12/9/2019 on GP. These guys came out in April, right? With Blue Kaioken. Yeah, 4/1/2020, right? So these characters, I mean, they got to EZA at some point. I think now probably would be a good time to do this since we're diving into a pseudo like Dragon Ball Super Celebration. It's not actually, it's the movie version, so it is a DBZ celebration, but you know. you know. So, I don't know, like, maybe we could see these guys get, like, an EZA. Because, like, could you see them toss these guys in there with Whis? I could. I don't know about y'all, but I could see these guys be, like just being, like, a group EZA, right? Along with Whis, and then maybe, like, another character or something. And then I did also have 2 free-to-play characters. Remember, this is from the Hero and Villain Extermination event. I believe this was a 2020 Awakening for JP. Yeah, this guy came out, I think, towards the end of 2020. Yeah, November 2020. Yep, okay. So this guy got a Dokkan Awakening, and then there was also the Beerus and Monica's costume. This is probably going to be removed from the Dragon Ball Super Remake, right? This is what, in between the Universe 6 vs 7 tournament and the Goku Black arc. Like, this probably won't even be in the Dragon Ball Super Remake right here. But, like, eventually they could, like, give this guy a free-to-play EZA. So we got a couple of free-to-play EZAs here. Maybe this Blue Vegeta could Super EZA. I don't think they're going to touch, like, these guys right here, who are definitely in range for a big celebration. Well, these 3 right here, Rose, Vegito Blue, and Goku Black and Zamasu, all could Super EZA. I wish Dokkan would step it up a bit with the Super EZAs. We have some really exciting Super EZAs coming up again. I'm so glad Super EZA exists, right? But, like, we have some real characters like AGL Gogeta, these 3, right? Like, these are very popular characters. This guy could be an interesting Super EZA, right? And then, obviously, Blue Vegeta to potentially come up. So, we'll see. We'll see what they're going to do with this celebration, if this is going to end up being a W celebration or not. I mean, honestly, it's, you know, could I see this being a flop? I could, because last year's Golden Week, we did walk out of it going, that was a flop. So I hope that they hit with this. I know people aren't a fan of the card arts and stuff. I think at the very least, the one thing 2026 Dokkan continues to give us is that the characters just kick ass. And I'm pretty sure that's still going to be the case with these 2, right? Is that they're still going to just kick ass. So, let me know what you guys think about the possible EZAs. I will catch you guys next time.